At the top of both, we have the name, and then we have the roles that can access this text format. In Drupal 8, the next configuration is the Wysiwyg, and it starts with the text editor. Right now, CK Editor or none are the only options, though contributed modules will be able to add additional Wysiwygs later. And here we have the toolbar configuration. You can see here that there are a lot of buttons that aren't being used in the toolbar, but we can add them by grabbing them and dragging them over. As we did notice that some additional metadata shows up in the toolbar about the groupings and the group titles. Also, add group buttons appear at the top and bottom layers of the editor. This editor right now only has one layer, but we can add a new layer by adding a group here and adding some buttons to it. Now, if you've worked with Drupal 7 before, you know if we scroll down over here that there's a filter for limiting allowed HTML tags. Over here, we have a list of the tags that are allowed, and this means that any tags that aren't listed here will be stripped from the content when it displays. In Drupal 8, there's the same filter. If we scroll down, we can see the details here, and here are the allowed tags. One of the things you might notice right away is that instead of just being plain tags, they also include allowed attribute names. So for example, for an A tag or an anchor tag, we can include href and hreflang attributes. Any other attributes will be stripped. In block quote, we can also use cite. And if we read the directions, it says that by default, the lang and dir attributes are allowed for every HTML tag, but all the other ones will be stripped unless they are allowed here. Now, before we added the underline button to the toolbar, underline wasn't allowed here. But you can see here it says, based on the text editor configuration, these tags have automatically been added, and then it has the underline tag. So there's a tight relationship between the allowed tags here and the buttons up here. If we scroll down and we went to the end of this list of available tags, you'd see the underline tag here at the end. Even though adding items to the toolbar will change the list of allowed HTML tags down here, removing them won't remove them. The idea being that maybe we want to allow those tags, but we don't want to support it in the toolbar. If we want to add a group, we can just click Add Group. We'll call this Experimental. And we can now drag items over to it. So let's put the underline tag there, and we'll put the strike through tag there as well. If we scroll down a little bit more, it shows the CK Editor plugin settings. And this is designed to be expandable for multiple CK Editor plugins. Drupal core only ships with the image plugin, which allows for image uploads directly through the Wysiwyg, and we can set some settings for that here.